Please give them a round of applause to Shockwave for the next run, Teeny Tina's Wonderlands.
Hey, Alu, thanks for that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I'm gonna double check that everything's cool. Everything's good. I'm taking my own run here, so making sure things are going well. But it looks like we're good to go here. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just get launched into it. I made sure to choose an appropriately designed character because in this Borderlands game, you can actually design your own character. But there's a little bit of a cutscene we have to watch here. There's actually a couple things I did choose here specifically with the speedrun, but we have a cutscene to watch, so I'll explain this in a second. But Gruff A is the fastest voice, turning this up all the way. Also, it speeds up dialogue. We're choosing Village Idiot as the best starting thing, or removing the penalty it gives, and then dumping it all into crit damage, and I'll explain that later. But for that, we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and start this cutscene. Time doesn't start yet, but it does start momentarily. So right now we're just waiting for the cutscene to sort of get started here. But this is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. If you haven't played a Borderlands game, it is essentially a looter-shooter RPG. You're running around, shooting things, looting guns, and in this version, it's themed around D&D. So you're playing D&D, you're stuck in this cave with Tina, that's Andy Samberg over there, and that's Wanda Sykes over there. You're just stuck in this cave playing D&D, and it's Borderlands. That's essentially it. This game is super broken. Once you get to level 8, everything becomes kind of a cakewalk. Well, more level 11.5, but we'll get there. But level 8 is where this game really gets broken. At the beginning, there's a neat glitch that we can do to make fighting things much faster, but for the most part there actually isn't a lot of crazy amount of glitches. We just do a lot of them over and over again, but we're gonna wait for a certain trigger in the cutscene to happen to start time. So just waiting here for this. Almost time. We're gonna fall into the D&D world to start the run. Okay. Okay, so the run starts right there. And off we go. So the fastest form of movement typically that you'll see me do like this is, we'll just call it slide spamming. There's a name for it that's used in Borderlands 3. But this game uses the Borderlands 3 engine for almost everything. It's basically a reskin of BL3, similar to how Pre-Sequel was a reskin of BL2. So you just basically sprint, and then you slide, and then after like a second or two, you just re-slide. So you just kind of slide your butt everywhere. But we're going to be doing this for a good portion of the beginning, because there's not really other ways to move around or other things we have to be concerned about. There'll be other parts where we have to get concerned, so we can't just do this, but for the most part, we'll be sliding around like this through basically the entire run. So we'll get our first weapon, which is the axe. And 2, 3, slide under this. Cool, we didn't lose time. And we're gonna keep moving on. Ooh, come on. But this is a typical Borderlands tutorial. There's nothing crazy going on here in terms of glitches, skips, or anything. Almost every Borderlands game has a really long tutorial section at the beginning that you can't really skip past. So the best thing that you can do is just move from point A to point B as quick as you can. There is mantling in this game, so there'll do some small shortcuts that I do, like this, where I can mantle and skip going around that rock. Here, I'm just going to get the tiniest slide boost from that hill. Sliding downhill is faster, so I will make some small route changes to slide down a hill. But other than that, it's just kind of slide spamming in a straight line. I see someone in chat asked about the shadows, Toki. I have all my graphics turned down. This game is a performance hog, so turning everything down just helps with performance. If this game runs faster than a locked frame rate, it will basically chew all your resources, so it's better to limit your frame rate. So you get the highest frame rate you can with the setup that you have, and then you lock it at a frame rate that won't exceed what you have. But now we have our first weapon. These are crossbow pistols. These are actually new to Borderlands. So instead of shooting bullets, they shoot arrows. Kind of go figure. But these actually do have some fun features that we will abuse later. Oh, he went over there. But this is just the tutorial fight. And cool. Tutorial fight's done. So we can do a little skip here. We can jump on this rock, jump on this, and we can do our first glitch with photo mode. Photo mode has the ability to basically go into a third-person camera. And when you do that, you basically lock the dialogue that's playing in the background to keep playing in the background. So if it's playing a really high priority dialogue, it'll basically auto skip anything that's supposed to play after that, and then just keep playing animations. So basically by doing photo mode there twice, I was able to skip waiting, and animations were immediately available to trigger. So those barrels were able to open, and by doing it by the chest, I was able to delay more priority dialogue so I could do the whole spawning barrel early thing. Photo mode will be abused a lot, and you'll see it more in the next map. Oh, I forgot to pick up... Oh, no, I got lucky with ammo. Alright, so this ice barrel... Skeletons are weak to cryo damage, so I'm going to hit that cryo barrel right on top of the badass. And the badass is the only thing I care about killing here, because everything else will despawn. Nothing good. Unfortunately, this dialogue is... You cannot skip it. Even with photo mode, you have to... Some dialogue you do have to listen to. Some dialogue will ignore the whole photo mode restriction, which we'll get to examples of that. That'll definitely happen. But for the most part, photo mode is used to just kind of like hold a priority dialogue line hostage and then let other stuff be skipped underneath it instantly. I got my first skill point and action skill. I'm going to equip both of those right now. No, I accidentally shot that. That's not a big deal. But I equipped a skill point into haste, which just increases movement speed. And then action skill is used for just a small time save in the ending room of this castle. It's like a small couple second time save. It's really not that big a deal, but it does help. Oop. And here we're gonna get the first weapon that we're gonna use for a long time. Let's hope it's good. It's fully auto. Oh, can I pick it up? Thank you. So these are cryo doll SMGs. You get one, basically, it's almost guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, but it's very highly guaranteed that you'll get this cryo SMG from the chest, and we're going to be using this to fight a bunch of enemies here. Oh, it's in slot 1 for some reason. So here, I'm going to do a glitch called swap reloading. If you aim down sight, swap off the gun, and immediately swap back, the gun will instantly reload, and you can keep shooting. So we're going to just abuse that through the entire run. It works on every gun that you could want, and just... It'll break everything later once we get to more powerful weapons. Here we're picking up our first spell, which is grenades. So grenades in this game were replaced by spells, which are infinite use, but they have a cooldown. So here's where the small little time save with the action skill goes. We can cut the chain with our action skill from down here, and we can immediately go in the hole. But we're now back into the tutorial part of just go from point A to point B as fast as you can, and try not to waste time. Basically, this section will only go as fast as you go. There's nothing you can do to speed things up. You just kind of book it. So there are a couple weird things about how swap reloading works. I know when I first learned this run, I was constantly not getting swap reloading to behave the way I wanted it to. But there's a couple weird things about how you have to worry about it. You have to worry that when the gun is first pulled into your hand that it has a full mag. If not, you have to reload, put it away, then pull it back out, and then it will work. And then there's a couple other things that you can do to break it. So it's a little finicky, but like if you get into a rhythm with it, then you will basically have infinite ammo in your magazine as long as you just do the swap correctly. So here you're going to see the real power of swap reloading on this boss. So this is Ribula. This is the tutorial boss. And you can see he just gets melted because I can just spam this gun infinitely. Where did he go? Oh, he's over here in the corner. All right, cool. Now we just gotta wait for this thing to blow up, and then we're in a small in-world cutscene. Once this thing blows up, cool, we're good. That's just better? Okay.
Dragon Lord is free, suckers! Dragon Lord, let's do this.
Yeah, that's just a straight better SMG. Okay.
That's
Small upgrade.
not happening. Come on, the Fate Maker never beats the villain in the first quest.
So this is Will Arnett. If you've watched Arrested Development, Blades of Glory. I mean, there's tons of movies that he's been in.
I wonder.
Tons of movies and TV shows. They did a lot of a Hollywood voice cast for this game
But for now,
to sort of make it a little different.
old shiny
I just get a third doll cryo SMG? That's not normal. Alright, so this is a prophecy. These are scrolls. If you have played BL2 or TPS, and you have used an echo log, you know what this does. For those who haven't, these are just lore messages, or voice messages, however you want to phrase them, but they are basically voice messages that you can just play at any point you want. That first one in particular that we just picked up has absurdly high priority, and we can use it to skip other dialogue, which we'll get to in the next map. And there we go. So now we're done with Snoring Valley, and we're going to head to... This is the overworld. So this is what makes this game different compared to the other Borderlands games. With the other Borderlands games, you just go from map to map, whereas here, you go to the overworld, and then you play like you're on the tabletop for the D&D table and stuff like that. So it's kind of a neat way to travel from map to map. And then you can do these random encounters like Final Fantasy style. It's kind of neat. Unfortunately, this is the only forced one that we have to do, and we can skip it by just going to the menu and then loading back in. So, we don't have to do any random encounter for the rest of the game. You could just skip the only one that you're required to do.
I put shortcuts around the overworld to help you get around. All you gotta do is punch 'em. Shortcut unlocked. There's all sorts of dungeons hidden behind things.
So we're just going to keep moving along here. We're not going to be doing any side quests for the most part for this run. We actually don't need any XP. We need a little bit of XP at the beginning, but after a while, XP stops being a requirement, and we can just kind of brute force our way through everything.
newbie. Don't worry, those jerks at the table
Alright, so I'm out of ammo. I'm going to go ahead and make a quick pit stop for ammo. I'm not out of ammo? Okay. That's a nice visual bug.
You need luck, right?
There'll be a lot of those visual bugs. I'll point them out when I see them, but that one, for some reason, it said I had no ammo in my reserves, but yet I did have ammo. I just forgot to check. How is it? Yeah, okay. I forgot to check the audio volume on the stream, but yeah, it looks good now. We're good. Alright, this is just another fight. I just gotta make sure I kill everything as fast as possible. So, it's just kind of knowing spawns, knowing where everything can come from. There's no real trick to this fight. The spawns are technically set, but not set. Alright, so here is where the echo log comes in. So, I'm gonna play that scroll that we picked up earlier. And that's gonna open this door. And... oh, I got hit by cryo. So the echo dialogue was playing while we loaded in here. I'm just going to reset it just to make sure. But you can see this dialogue's playing and now no one's talking to me. So I can just talk to Paladin Mike immediately, which Paladin Mike's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and pull out photo mode again here. You can see my character's moving. Normally when you go into photo mode, everything's paused like this. But you can actually hit a button to let the game keep playing in the background while you're trying to take a picture. So if you're trying to get like a certain emote pose or something. But I can use that in combination with the echo log or the scroll log, whatever you want to call it, to actually play dialogue in the background, pause it with photo mode, and then let all the animations that I want to play in front of me play, so I can just pick up stuff basically as fast as possible. Echo dialogue skipping is as broken as you think it is.
conquered anything. After a few centuries,
Ooh, that's a decent level up.
that conquering itch again, you know?
More meat for the grinder.
Oh. Alright, well, now I messed up the reloads. Now I gotta fix it. So I gotta reload, put it on my pocket, pull it back out, and then we're good.
Rainbow bits!
Bloody brilliant! Keep blasting them back to the Grey Hells, citizen!
Okay, so Paladin Mike isn't mine, but I met this cool nerdy barista on the EchoNet, and they said I could use
Paladin Mike is very cool.
if I wanted, and I was like, hell yeah! And they were like, chuck, governor! And I was like, ooh, I'm stealing that accent too.
I feel like that's a shout out to pre-sequel because everyone in pre-sequel was made by 2K Australia, and all the voice actors were from at least all the new characters were Australian as well, because 2K Australia is in Australia. And I feel like Paladin Mike is a shout out to that. I could be wrong though. Here, we're going to use photo mode again to let this dialogue play in the background, so that way this thing respawns instantly. Normally there's a whole thing of like, we can't do this because this thing's broken, so then Tina respawns it as the Dungeon Master. But you can just skip all that dialogue with photo mode.
Hundreds of goblin hours to construct. I'm out here creating jobs, you know.
So you might be seeing me spam my spell every so often, just while I'm sliding. A side effect of haste, the skill that I spec'd into like really early on, is when I use my spell, the bonus from haste is doubled for 12 seconds. And funnily enough, the first spell that you pick up on the map has a cooldown of 12 seconds. So you basically have infinite haste bonus, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's not great. What the? There we go. I was waiting for those enemies to spawn. So, another wave fight here. That looks like the last dude, so I'm going to play an Echolog again. What is alive? Oh, more enemies decided to spawn. Cool. So we're going to replay that dialogue line. I'm going to probably go down. Nope. Okay, cool. I'm gonna start that and then re-trigger the echo immediately, just to make sure I have enough time. Okay. I'm gonna read. It was just a little too late. Okay, so Paladin Mike's talking because I played the Echolog a little too late. The Echolog will play over top of dialogue that you do play, and then eventually it will start overwriting things, but you can't cancel dialogue that's already playing. So unfortunately, I'm already running out of ammo, which is not great, and the Rock Troll just dropped like 4 mags, so that's good. So we have to do this wave fight before we can enter Brighthoof, which is the hub for this game. There's a decent wave fight here. This is one of those things where early game RNG could actually be really good for what weapons you get, and you could actually speed up this fight by a massive amount if you're lucky. The main thing we're looking for is a specific brand of pistols, and you can get one out of that chest right before I cross the bridge. Unfortunately, I did not get one, so we have to use the Cryo SMG, which isn't bad, it's just not the best choice. So this group of skeletons over here should be the last. And should be more skeletons. There they are. And gate should be defended. I'm going to restart the dialogue to make sure that I get there before Mike talks. And I'm actually going to go ahead and spec into haste now so I get the bonus movement speed. And before I save quit to skip this animation, I'm going to go ahead and touch that travel point and then quit. Unlike Borderlands 2, but like BL3, when you hit a certain save point on the map, if you quit and reload, you'll actually load into that map at the same spot. I'm going to go ahead and just buy some ammo. Normally, I would have picked up that shotgun, but I don't think I need it. I saw it in the vendor for like a split second. Yeah, no, I've been taking over commentary for a little bit. Ollie, if you got anything to say, any donations to read, or whatnot, this is just another wave fight for about another 2 minutes. And then we'll start getting into some good stuff.
Mostly just I really want to push that incentive to put the bit war on the Silent Hill 2. I'm personally very curious on what this hard UFO is. Like, it's how does UFO play into Silent Hill 1? So definitely, if you know what it is, or if you are interested, definitely go throw in your donation on this coming incentive, which is the game right after this. And personally, I have a question regarding the game. I remember when you were doing making your character, you said there was like what was it like disadvantage that you pick up because of this class or something, and then you got rid of it?
Oh, yeah, so like D&D, you can pick sort of like a, I guess, profession or something like that. I've never played D&D, so I'm talking completely blind here. But you can pick like a profession or like a thing that you specialized in for like your character's backstory. And that gives like plus or minus intelligence, discipline, strength, some other, like the D&D stats, you know, the character sheets. The D&D knows what I'm talking about here. But in Borderlands, you can pick a backstory, which gives you bonus stats for a specific category, and then it takes away from a different category. I picked the one called Village Idiot, which gives us bonus crit damage, just like right off the bat, so I do just more crit damage off the start. But it also increases the spell cooldown of all my spells. So when I picked that, you get a bunch of free points to allocate just right off the bat for your character sheet. I went ahead and removed the penalty from picking Village Idiot, so that way I had a default spell cooldown of 12 seconds, so it worked with haste correctly.
Oh, okay. And of course, the Village Idiot, it would be the one that has critical.
Yep, do more crit damage, which will become super important once we finish the first boss farm that we're gonna do. But now the wave fight's about over, so I'm gonna clear that and play that echo log. I'm gonna wait for this prophecy to spawn, and then I'm gonna go find Mike, who's over here. Why are you running away? Come back! Oh, because there's a skeleton. And unfortunately, this won't play until that echo log that I was already playing finished. Prophecies don't like to overwrite each other, so I have to wait for that one to finish, and then I can talk to Mike after the second one finishes. And there's a lot of safe quitting that goes on in Brighthoof just because there's a lot of animations that you wait for, but fortunately, I completed the objective, so when I save quit, it'll just advance me to the next objective when I reload the map. Now that we've done that, we're going to respawn somewhat close. I'm going to make sure that that armor, yeah, the armor's not equipping. Oh, I'm not level 5, so I can't wear it yet. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and play that dialogue line again. And we're just going to let this cutscene start. And once this cutscene starts, I'm going to replay that echo line, and I'm going to open photo mode immediately and let Butt Stallion do her little dance.
Stallion.
Yeah, everyone say hi to the pretty pony. We're going to be with her for a long time. Everyone enjoy her company. Alright, so that should be enough to be close to her, so I should get the approach marker. And now I can work my way to the next map. I also get used to hearing, every like 5 seconds.
Wait, that's the official name? It is actually called Butt Stallion? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, the official name of... So that was a joke from Borderlands 2. Right off the bat, Handsome Jack taunts you. He's like, I have so much money. I bought a horse that's made of diamonds. And I'm naming him Butt Stallion, or naming her Butt Stallion. And then Tina's like, oh, but I like that. So she made it a character in her D&D campaign for Tiny Tina's Assault and Dragon Keep, which is the DLC for BL2. But of course, she had to make a return for the full-fledged D&D game. Hold up. I'm going to play this one more time. I'm going to photo mode for just a second. Then let myself shoot Zomboss, and then we can leave. Because Zomboss's lines will not skip, unfortunately. So we're going to take this opportunity to sell a bunch of stuff here. I'm not going to sell that, though. I want that armor. I'm looking here for one mag. Oh, better than nothing. Alright. So we're just waiting here for that. Zomboss is unfortunately one of the few NPCs that we cannot skip the dialogue of. So there's not really much we can do here. So I went ahead and picked up a black powder pistol because these fire basically as fast as you can pull the trigger. It's not as fast as BL2, but they're pretty fast. And with swap reloading, the fact we can just spam the gun over and over again is pretty busted. So you'll see here in a second. Like that, I can just pop anything instantly. I'm looking for this other archer here, because this door actually... It says to clear the whole area, but you don't have to actually do that. Instead, you can just come in here and just pop those two archers, and then the door will open. This game likes to lie to you about objectives. It'll say to do something, but it'll actually mean that you can skip a couple things. I want to make sure I'm playing this dialogue, because there's some small stuff I can skip. But this dialogue line you cannot skip. Let's double check our ammo. No, not my grave. Alright, we're gonna keep moving on here. So similar thing to what the previous one says. This says clear area, but it's actually wrong again. So I'm just gonna kill a couple enemies so that way I can spawn specific enemies over here. It should be this guy right here. And this dude over here. And I'm gonna go ahead and play the dialogue line again. And kill the boss. So it's just the two enemies that spawn near the door is what it matters, even though it says clear area. Again, it's technically correct, but not correct. And here, I definitely want to make sure this dialogue line is playing, because Butt Stallion's making a appearance. Royal Hoof of Doom. Cool, thanks. And yes, that's actually what it's called. I skipped the dialogue line, but it is called the Royal Hoof of Doom. So normally I would skip this small, like 1 second time save, but it's a marathon, so I'll do it for the swag. I'll try it one more time. Oh, I almost had it. Okay. Yeah, it saves like 2 seconds to do that versus walking around. It's absolutely not worth going for it, but you know, you gotta try. There's a mimic that's gonna spawn here. And I'm just gonna make sure this dialogue line is playing for later. Oh, come on. The worst part about opening this menu is finding out where your mouse cursor decides to be, because it's in a different spot every time you open your menu. Alright, cool. I can place this to complete the objective, and we can go ahead and quit, just like we did in Brighthoof, to skip a bunch of animations and open the door immediately. This technically doesn't really save that much RTA time, but it does save in-game time, which is what we use. There's an auto-splitter for this to make it fair, because the loads for this game are vicious sometimes. I just kicked that skeleton over. I didn't. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this guy. Ooh, I'll take that money. Ooh, that wasn't cool. I'm gonna go ahead and check because I don't have one yet. Okay, I'm looking for that crossbow pistol that you saw. I'm looking for that one, but with a magazine size more than one. That was almost what I need.
You'll never get the sword of soul, you idiot!
This time, kill her so hard she doesn't get back up.
So you can see with black powder pistols, swap reloading is very busted. Alright, cool. So she's dead. I got a legendary. That's kind of funny. So here, now that she's dead, we're gonna go stare at this brick. It's a very nice brick. This one right here. This brick. It's very nice. And we're gonna take the sword immediately.
Magic. It will end only one way.
I'm gonna shove it in Zomboss's chest. When she talks, gotta replay the dialogue line. Because her talking resets the priority weirdness that we're doing. So I need to play it again to... Oh, okay. I decided to not work. Go ahead and grab some of this ammo. I'm gonna go ahead and play this before I pick it up. So it spawns the Bright Hoof exit immediately. Like that. Alright, Alu, since you're more of an external person here, how much do you like Butt Stallion? You know, what would you rate Butt Stallion as a character?
With the tiny little information art scenes that I've actually seen, I like it right now.
Yeah, Butt Stallion's nice. I really hope nothing bad happens to her.
Don't you dare.
Oh, I already did.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but unfortunately, Butt Stallion won't be around for long. But we'll have some fun with her while we can.
That's mean.
Yeah, it was a little rude. But here we're just we're triggering quest objectives and immediately quitting so we can skip dialogue and animations. It's a combination of the two. You could just wait and do the echo stuff, but it's faster in-game to do this because you can quit the moment the objective completes versus echo you have to wait for all the stuff to play in the background. So technically it's a little faster in-game, but it's slower RTA to do it this way.
That was during that last boss fight. I noticed that you were getting a lot of critical. Is it like other kind of shooter games where you do like headshots where there's an increased chance of that, or?
So this game has a couple things going for it in that department. This is just talking to NPCs, so it doesn't matter. But this game has an inherent every shot can be a critical chance. That's one of the stat sheets on your character is like % chance for any bullet or any piece of damage to be a critical hit. But the other thing also is this game, funnily enough, has auto aim for PCs. Like it has snap to aim, like to increase your ADS. It's really weird that it has it, but every Borderlands game's had it from at least 2 on PC. So every time I'm ADSing and I'm spamming like ADS when I swap guns, my gun is relocking onto the center of my target, and then I just slightly adjust to aim to the head. It's a little strange that it has it, but it is helpful once you get used to it. I ran Borderlands 2 for years, and I didn't use it because it would mess with my aim. And I was pretty, not say against it, but I was very much not in the camp of using it. And then towards the end of my BL2 running career is the weird way to say it, I switched it on, and man, I was missing out. This is supposed to be a skippable cutscene. They patched in. There's literally a patch note in the game that says lets you skip this cutscene, but you can't skip it. There's nothing you can do. It's unfortunate. So we have to watch. This is a 1.5-minute time loss. If you play without connecting the game to the internet, you can skip this cutscene. Funny enough.
That's a weird restriction.
One thing that's really cool about at least Borderlands 3 and this game is Gearbox has the ability to just issue hotfixes to your game. They don't have to patch things. You just download a hotfix while your game's running. Oh, by the way, sorry, Butt Stallion. Oh, I just realized I forgot to turn this on for you. I'll do this while we're here.
Okay.
I had that set up. I forgot to turn it on for you. So there you go. Have fun. That should be the correct thing. Yeah, it is. But yeah, so Gearbox can issue like code patches and things while you're playing the game, and you can just literally go to the main menu to download it, and like it'll just apply while you're playing, which is really sick. But when all the content creators, the Borderlands creator team, got a hold of this game and played it and saw that you could skip this cutscene, they told everyone, "Hey, you need to let people not skip this." So they have a day one hotfix in the game that specifically turns off skipping this cutscene, and they keep forgetting to turn that off because they didn't want people to spoil themselves by accidentally skipping it.
Yes.
So
Force people to watch but Stallion die.
yeah, so if you play without oh, I forgot to pick up the scroll. So if you play without connection to the internet, you never download that hotfix that turns off skipping that cutscene. So you also don't have any other hotfixes. There's two different ways to run this game. You can play connected to the internet and download every hotfix, which does do some neat patches, which can be helpful. Or you can play with no patches, not connected to the internet, and it can be more consistent. There's a weapon that's used in the non-hotfixed run that's really, really strong, and they nerfed it with one of the patches online that they had. So, oh, that's right. Hold up, we're gonna get knighted. Just kidding. We're not getting knighted because we're not standing underneath Mike. So yeah, so I'm playing the connected online use hotfixes route. The other route is way more consistent if you get used to it. But I sort of like the idea of some of my guns could be like really powerful if I play with it correctly. More fun for me, so I decided to play it this way. All right, we built a ship and we're just gonna leave it there.
Okay. All that work for nothing?
Yeah, all that work for nothing. We're leaving our ship Balsania. Yeah, I forgot. It's called Balsania. Lasagna, but with a B.
You're making me hungry.
It is midnight for me, and a midnight snack does sound kind of delicious. Well, yeah, we're just gonna leave it. You have two options. You could go ride the boat, or you can leave, because we need to go find someone. So we're just gonna go leave. Setting sail is like a bonus objective that gives you extra money, but we don't really care about money. At least, I don't care about it enough to waste time to go get it. Classic D&D thing, there's a cheese curl blocking our way, so we're gonna go unlock it by picking up the key for the ancient meteor. Sorry, the cheese curl. And this is a dungeon. These are similar to random encounters, but they have multiple rooms to them. We'll do a couple of these throughout the run. This is the first one. I believe we actually only do one more. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think we only do one more than this. Come on. The worst part about this map is it's spacious enough that the enemies can hide from you, so you might get unlucky with the spawns, and you have to keep running around back and forth. This one's not too bad. I'm actually getting a lot of things that are finding me or running towards me. This guy's deciding to run away. The other thing that's good about the black powder pistols is that when I crit, there's a bullet that will fly off the enemy's head into another enemy. So I just get free damage every time I hit a crit. And again, that will be useful later. Come on. There you go. Handling on this gun is not great. So there's like a little delay after you do the swap reload for when you can shoot again. And that delay is somewhat dictated by the handling of the gun. And unfortunately, the handling on this gun is not great. So this is only a 2-room dungeon, but this room is dictated by how many enemies that you kill to spawn the big dude. So I just need to kill enough things to spawn the big dude, which should spawn in this castle here somewhere. Do that. Okay, where did he spawn? This guy.
Alright, let's get the key so we can unlock the key.
Alright, I think I saw a shotgun. I'm gonna go ahead and equip that. 11 by 7. That's not too bad. I most likely won't use it, but I'm gonna have it as a backup.
Begins as so many do, with a heart
Alright, cheese girl's unlocked.
and dreams of dragons and magic. It will end only one way, with the ultimate defeat.
And we're gonna go ahead to the
Just
weep wild
floats
thing.
up.
Yeah, it just floats up. It's a powerful ancient meteor. Alright, so I'll let the dialogue play here because this dialogue's kind of nice. Could be. The dialogue? Oh, damn. That's unfortunate. I mean, darn. Whatever. That's midnight. Whatever. It's a slip. Nope. Nothing here. Alright, so we unlocked the Wild Dankness because we're going to come back here. But now we need to go farm some XP. And this is the only farm that we're going to do for the entire run. I'm going to go right here, Grave Knave. So we're going to go farm Zomboss. Zomboss is a really good XP leveling tactic early game. Wonderlands is also kind of nice where everything, for the most part, everything kind of has like a constant scaling towards you, so you can't over level an area. But some areas do have like a level minimum, so you can be under leveled for an area, but you can't be over leveled for an area, if that makes sense. So here we're just gonna head to Zomboss, and we're gonna abuse that whole thing of you spawn where you save quit. So there's a save station right there. So we're gonna respawn here. I'm looking for a black powder pistol. I didn't see one. And now you're gonna see the power of black powder pistols. So I'm gonna rebind my shoot button to scroll down, and I have a free scrolling mouse. So now my gun is shooting basically as fast as humanly possible. Yeah, this gun's not great. It's the best I can do, though. Oh, hello. Oh god, the reload on this thing is bad. Oh, you have to reload every bullet separately with this one. This is a really bad pistol. This first kill is really the worst kill that you have to do, because you have to fight Zomboss just completely on your own. There's not really much you can do. But once this kill's over, it'll be much easier to farm Zomboss. No, I don't want to. It's just this first kill. There's really nothing you can do about it. Alright, cool. Zomboss is dead. I didn't get anything I want out of here, but I got a bunch of purples. What was that? Okay, it's a Stoker. So unfortunately, this is where the RNG of the run comes in. I'm going to go ahead and farm for a gun now, because we're going to need one to farm Zomboss a lot here. And I just leveled up to level 7. Melee damage, don't want it. Okay. Because we're going to use this gun to farm Zomboss for 4 levels. So something that's somewhat on our level will be useful to farm bosses. No. Nope. So I'm looking specifically for black powder weapons. I'm looking for an assault rifle or a pistol. Any of those will be fine, but there are certain variants of those that are going to be much better. Nope, nothing in there. So I'm just looking at the weapon card on the... So see the weapon cards on like about the middle of the screen? It has the weapon shape and the manufacturer on it. I'm looking for black powder and then specifically rifle or pistol, and I'm just kind of scrolling through quickly, and I'll backtrack if I find one.
Not lucky this time.
Yeah, this isn't... I wouldn't say not like awful, but it's not like on average is a weird way to say it, but not like against the average to have to do this once. Because I can theoretically take the gun I get here and I can carry it forward for a little bit until I find something better. Because by that point I should find something. I should find something better. Yep. Okay. So this is what I was looking for, but it has a magazine size of 1, so I can't use it. Because then that means if I swap reload, I have to swap reload after every single shot.
Ah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You can get... Oops, sorry about that. You can get baited with that, unfortunately. You can get the thing you want. Same thing again. 1 mag. It looks like it was the exact same gun that I just got twice in a row. That's kind of ironic. I think both of them were 59 damage. And same, that's a sniper. Nope. Luckily we spawned right next to a vendor, so it's also pretty quick to farm. The pistol I have in my hand could be useful for a few levels, but yeah, might as well just get something better. So if you have anything to say, Alu, this would probably be a great time, whether it's donations or anything.
Like, give me a second.
That'll work.
Yes, so let everyone know, and anyone people that's new here on the stream, we're Team Fastest Fur. We're raising money for Midwest Access Coalition. The Midwest Access Coalition is a practical abortion fund that helps people travel to, from, and within the Midwest United States seeking access to safe abortion. They assist with travel coordination and costs, lodging, food, medicine, childcare, and emotional support services. Their work is now more important than ever, so please consider donating today if you're able. You can learn more on their website at www.midwestaccesscoalition.org or by following their Twitter account at Midwest Access, or by typing !charity in the chat. And right now, if you're donating, definitely submit to one of the Bit Wars or poll that we currently have for Silent Hill. That's coming up next for either Silent Hill 1 Hard UFO Run or the Silent Hill 2 Hard Rebirth. Currently, Silent Hill 2 is running at 413, and Silent Hill 1 is around halfway there. Let's get that and get this Bit War more closer. Get them and see who can actually win in the last minute.
Oh, I accidentally screwed the reload. It's fine. Some boss will be dead. I'm just picking all this up for money, because basically this will be the only time that I get money, because I will be buying loot later. But at this point, I'm just going to check the vendor, and then I'm going to start farming. I can check the vendor again once we're done farming Zomboss. No, nothing. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I have a weapon that works. It's not great, but it does work. So the thing that's good about this crossbow is it has a perk on it where every crossbow that you hit, it gets increased damage for the next hit. And they last for 3 seconds. So if I hit one crossbow bolt into an enemy, the next one will do 6% more damage. And then the next one after that will do 12% more damage, 18% more damage, at least until the crossbow despawns out of the enemy. So because I'm shooting, hey, we got a pistol. Pistols would shoot faster. So far we want a pistol. That's why we want these crossbows, because we can stack the damage of them like absurdly quickly. And you can see the damage numbers just go up and up and up and up. Since the boss just melts now.
I love speedrunning and breaking games.
Go ahead and put that shield on, because that'll probably be the only shield I use for the rest of the run. I'm just bad at picking up new shields, even though they're free. But I should actually explain the action skill we're using. The action skill we switched to. Every class has 2 action skills. The first one we used was this like spinning blade that you can summon. The second one is where you go invisible, and every bullet that you shoot is a critical hit guaranteed, but it does reduce damage for the critical hits. Instead of it being like a 2x multiplier, it's like a 1.5 times multiplier. So you get free crits, but they're not as good of a crit. And I can basically just spam critical hits with that as fast as humanly possible because I'm swap reloading and I'm shooting with my scroll wheel. So I can just shoot this gun as fast as possible, and I can do almost the entire boss's health bar in one go of my action skill. What was that? No. Okay. More damage, but it's an assault rifle. Since again, I'm doing like 158, 160 damage, but I have a 42 damage pistol. That's because I'm stacking all those crossbolts. And because I stacked all those crossbolts while invisible, when I come out of invisibility and I do actual crits, my crossbows are already stacked up, and my crits are going to do normal crit damage, so I'm going to do even more damage when I leave the action skill. I don't need to check. I got a gun. So we're going to be farming Zomboss until about 11.5 is where we stop. And that's the only XP farm that we're going to do for the entire run. So you can see, even with this like perfectly rolled gun that I have, that I'm killing Zomboss, not like at an impossible, or not like a, a slow speed, but like I'm still having to fight at the end after my action skill's over. If I did not farm a new gun, this would be significantly harder. Sometimes it's really hard to hit the headshot when you're getting pulled like that. Alright, level 10, only a level and a half to go. I'm not gonna sell yet because my inventory's not full. We're just gonna keep farming. Okay, my inventory is full. And unfortunately, there was a nice shortcut that we had in BL2 where we could hit different keys on the keyboard to navigate the pause menu really quickly. Those are gone, so you have to click on the menu to be fast about it. And again, your cursor is going to be in a different spot every time you pause or open your inventory or something. So you have to figure out where your cursor is and then adjust accordingly. So it's kind of just annoying.
I think it was the skill that you were using. That's why I was asking about the critical, because I didn't know about it before.
Oh, the where my character turns like with
The
like,
shroud,
black,
yeah.
the shroud, the black shadows. Yeah, that you'll see how useful that is later. Because once we're done farming, we're gonna be seeing a lot more of that action skill, probably than you would have ever thought. Once we're done with this farm, this game becomes completely busted.
Good to see it.
And there's a level 11.
So someone in chat asked, does the gun crit lesser times when you're farther away from the target?
No, I just specifically stand off to the left because when you go invisible, at a certain point in Zomboss' spawn animation, she'll target where you go invisible. So right here, I just move off to the left, so that way I have a clear shot at the target while she throws axes at my, we'll call it the aggro spot. So I can just keep shooting her in the head like this, and then eventually I just try to get into a good angle that I can aim at the head without worrying about missing too much. You just want to be a good distance that like you can hit the head, but also not like too close that she can just keep like wailing on you. There actually is a skill later where I can mess with that question though. So right now the answer is no. Later, answer depends. So let's go sell all this stuff now. That's a lot of money. I'm just gonna check the shop now. Nothing in there. Cool. So after this farm, after this kill, we'll be done farming experience. Come on, and cool. No final goodbye loot. No final goodbye loot. So I can now leave, go to the world map, and we can now actually continue on with the story. And just because we're a marathon here, I'm going to farm a little bit, see if I can get a better gun. I'll give it like 2 minutes.
This is not broken enough. We need something even better.
Oh, yeah. We need something better. Oh, that's so close. If this was regular damage, I would take it. But it's melee damage, so I don't want it. That's the one unfortunate part about crossbows, is that they can spawn with damage, increased damage per shot, or increased melee damage. You just gotta look at it and see which one is which. Alright, let's see. Nope. That's it. I'll give it a couple minutes. We'll see if we can get anything better, because I'll be using this gun for a while. I'll get something better later, but I want to see if I can get something at least a little better. Nope. It's also not. I should mention. You said it earlier, Alu, but also someone in chat said it. It's not necessarily a more broken gun that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a more powerful one. It's something I'm gonna do with my character that makes it more broken. That's Dahlia. Nope.
Whichever way, as long as it makes us go faster, I'm down.
Those are. Wait, that was a sniper? That's a assault rifle? Okay. That's a sniper. Alright, I'll give it one more. Let's see if we can get lucky and get something better. I mean, this like I said, this'll work. Just hopefully looking for something a little better. Because I have to use this to fight a boss. So if I can have something to fight a boss slightly better. Nope, okay. Alright, we'll just move on with this, and we'll go ahead and equip our skill points. So I just gave myself increased crit damage and increased gun damage, and then I gave myself another skill that the faster I move, the more damage I deal, and because I'm always going to be moving, it's just free damage. So I mentioned that I'm going to make something else more broken. It wasn't going to be my gun specifically, but I'm going to make my character more broken. Because From the Shadows has a really fun glitch that you can do in multiple places. So I'm going to activate it when I'm walking into that cutscene. And when I leave that cutscene, I'm going to be in From the Shadows, which is my action skill, forever until I leave the map. So now I have infinite crits, I'm invisible, and no one can see me. I can still get hit, but no one can see me, and I can hit them with critical damage just forever. So, it's great. So
Wow.
we're just gonna play some dialogue here, and you can see nothing's gonna target me. And I can just sit here and I can just spam bullets. Every one of them will be crits, and because I'm using a black powder weapon, they will ricochet into the other enemies. And we'll just, yeah, we'll just clear everything without even trying. This is probably, if you had to pick the quintessential glitch of the run, this is that glitch. So there's also multiple ways that you can trigger this. So the way that I did it was by far the easiest because anyone can do it on host or off host. I missed that dialogue a little, so Torg's gonna talk. Oh, okay, no, actually he's gonna follow along. Cool. But so there's multiple ways you can activate this. You can activate this while walking into a cutscene, like I said, and that's like free. Anyone can do it. The other way you can do it is you can fast travel, immediately open your menu, and then, activate your action skill, immediately open your menu, and fast travel somewhere on the same map. That also works. And then there's another way we can do it, where we can actually activate it. We can activate a different action skill, leave the map, and then switch to back to From the Shadows, and we will have that in an even more broken state. You think this is broken, there's an even more broken version of this thing that I'm doing right here that we'll get to later.
Of dragons and magic. It will end only one way. With the ultimate
Speechless.
This game is great. It would not be a Borderlands game if there wasn't something about it that was very broken. I will say it, so the immediate downside about this glitch, that will be a problem later, is nothing aggro's on me because I can't see them, so they don't turn red on my radar. So normally when something's aggroed on you, it's a red dot on your radar, so you can go find it. But I don't have anything on my radar because nothing can see me. Did I miss an enemy? Oh, he is dead. Okay, cool. So I have to go... I basically have to know the exact location of spawn points for every fight, and then I have to go find them.
the Fate Maker's journey begins.
So like there, I left the crystal, the second crystal early, but there was still an enemy over there, but I didn't know where it was because he wasn't aggroed on me. So I had to go looking for him to go find him.
Defeat of all evil.
Yeah, just like everything dies. Here, I'm just gonna kill some stuff because I got some time. I'm waiting for Torg to catch up. Someone in chat asked about side quests. Nope, we are done farming experience
So many do.
for the entire run at this point. We're just gonna basically beeline the main story and just beat it as fast as possible. The other route does one specific side quest for a gun, which I mentioned earlier, which is the you play without internet run. I'm playing with internet because it's slightly different. There are some different changes to how guns do damage and they behave. But that side quest gives you a guaranteed gun that's like super good for killing small enemies. But I'm not going to do that because when you play with connected internet, they actually reduced the damage that gun does. It's 2 damage per shot, or 2 ammo per shot. I'm not going to take it. So black powder shotguns are also possibly worth considering using because
All of the horrid
they ricochet as well. But that one used 2 ammo per shot, and you don't typically have a lot of shotgun ammo when you start. So trying to just save ammo here. So here, I'm just going to tank the damage. And just kill the boss. Because, you know, you can just do that with this glitch.
So many do. With a heart full of fire.
Let's see if Banshee drops me anything interesting that's worth using.
It will end only one
Oh, thanks.
with the ultimate defeat of all evil.
Alright, so I'm going to play this dialogue one more time. Oh, I'm actually going to shoot that, and then I'm going to go into photo mode. So now we're going to do the photo mode thing, which we haven't done in a while. But now we're going to let all these animations play out for a sec. Torg's going to catch up, like over here somewhere. And then I'm going to be able to talk to the Fairy Punch Father.
With a heart
Which,
full of
dude, if you
fire,
play Borderlands, it's brick.
of dragons and magic. It will end
But, alright. Now we talk to him. Now we're just going to wait for these animations. He's going to cure the forest, and then once the forest is cured, we're going to be ready to leave.
Hey, I do have one donation.
Yeah, go for it.
Ryan Husky. $5 donation and saying, wait, did you know that Alu is incredibly cute? It's as sweet as candy too. Oh, and I can't forget Kelly. It's like hugging a cloud. Right?
only one way.
You're gonna eat those words.
Getting bullied.
I guess that's normal. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for the $5 donation. And once again, there is a bit war coming up for Silent Hill 1 Heart UFO, and Silent Hill 2 Heart Rebirth.
Not stupid.
Silent Hill 2 is currently winning at 413, and Silent Hill 1 is at 232. Definitely send in your donations.
Looks like your story's floating dead in the harbor, Fate Maker.
All right, so here, unfortunately, we're gonna have a very muted jam session. So Torg is the bard, and BL2 he plays a lot of electric guitar, so it's only appropriate that he's the bard. But we need to have a jam session to get the bard's blessing, so we can actually use our boat. Just gotta wait for all the instruments to spawn, and then we're gonna exit photo mode and immediately hit the use button, because the interacting with stuff is actually relative to your camera, not your character. So we can get close to something with photo mode, exit photo mode, and immediately interact with it. Alright, cool. We have done the jam session, and I guess just enjoy this if you haven't seen. I'll go ahead and hide the HUD.
Wasn't that a boat just now?
Oh, boat's gone. Yeah, Balsania's gone. We just blew up the ocean, by the way. That's what we did.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we just blew up the ocean. Don't worry about it. And cool. Once we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and play this dialogue one more time, because it should be enough time for the prophecy to spawn.
Heart full of fire and dreams of dragons
And we're gonna wait for this prophecy to spawn about here-ish.
with the ultimate defeat of all evil.
Cool. That one. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my new action skill glitch ready. I'm going to
Those shadows
look at the floor here and use my action skill and immediately travel out. That should cancel the act of throwing it, but still put me in a action skill state while I leave the map. So we'll see if I got it, and then I can explain more what happened when it's actually starting to do stuff. This Fire and Dreams. So we're gonna play this, and this is the next main quest we have to do.
and dreams of dragons and magic. It will end only one way, with the ultimate defeat of all evil. The Fate Maker's journey.
This, I'm gonna choose my secondary class as Berserker,
Fire and dreams
and we're gonna
of
pick up
dragons
bonus
and
cryo
magic.
damage.
It will end only one way.
For a reason we'll get to in a second.
Ultimate defeat of all evil.
Alright. Cool.
The Fate Maker's journey begins as so many
Alright, so this is the other required dungeon that we have to do. It's just a small side quest for something, but we'll see if
end only
see if I got the other version of the glitch. I'm gonna go ahead and change my action skill to From the Shadows, and I did get it. Cool! Alright, so now we're in Infinite From the Shadows, but in a more powerful way. So in the other version, we were in Infinite From the Shadows, but the problem was we weren't in an action skill state, so we didn't get the bonus from our second class. So in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, you get to multi-class, which means you get the passive from choosing that second class, and the second class we chose was Berserker. The passive of that is that you're enraged, which means you do extra cryo damage, or you do extra cryo damage for free. So every bullet I do is now a cryo shot, and I just spec it into a skill that gives me more cryo damage. So now my guns just do more damage for free because I'm in an infinite action skill state. So this is the more broken version, because unlike the other version where it would go away when I leave the map, I can now activate this on any map, and once I activate it, I'm in that action skill forever unless I die. So I now have this action skill bug for the rest of the run.
What?
Like I said, an even more broken version of the thing that was already broken. So you see, I changed map. This is actually an entirely new map. It loaded in the background there. They kind of disguised it. I'm still in the action skill. And you can see I have the enraged effect because of the red ice on the side of my screen. So that means that I have the passive from Berserker, which means I'm doing more cryo damage. God, unfortunately. Ah, what was that? All right, Tiny Teen just decided to just lose focus of my cursor for a second. So this is the problem with these dungeons, is like enemies have really crappy spawns. But here, I'm just looking to kill enough stuff to spawn the boss again. Similar to the other area, whereas you just kill enough minions to spawn the badass, which is this guy. And that glitch also makes fighting crabs significantly easier, because crabs, their hit spot is their face, but they love to not show you their face. And also they have a reflection off their shells, so when you shoot them, the bullets fly right back at you, whereas with the crit thing, they just fly in a random direction. So not only am I killing them faster, I'm making them actually bearable to fight.
Only one way, with the ultimate defeat of the Fate Maker's journey begins as so many do.
Is there a reason to specifically picking the latest scroll, or is it just for like dialogue links?
So the first one that we picked up in the tutorial map is called Fire and Dreams. That one has super high priority on the dialogue, so no new dialogue that I play from the main quest or from characters in the world will talk over that dialogue. Instead, it will just like say that it played in the background because this tutorial echo is playing and it is physically unable to play, but it's like, okay, I guess I played technically, and it will just basically just mark itself as done. So while that tutorial echo is playing, any new dialogue that happens underneath it will just autocomplete instantly, so we don't have to wait for it. All the other echoes don't have that high of a priority, so they have a chance of being overridden.
A gate bars your way, and a gentleman stands just before it.
Alright, so, whoops. So, gonna play this dialogue line now. So normally you could do the same from the Shadows glitch right there and get the same thing from the map, but I'm doing it after the cutscene, so I have infinite of the... So I also get the Enrage bonus from Berserker. So here, I played the echo, and now I'm in photo mode, letting all this animations happen, so I can skip over it. And that'll be the theme for this map, is go to an area, do the objective, photo mode and wait, go to the area, do the objective, photo mode and wait for this map. This map has a lot of it. Yeah, like, nothing can see me. I'm not immune to damage, but, like, nothing cares that I'm here, and it's very rare that an enemy will see me. So here's a small little parkour skip. But I can just, like, walk around, and I can just shoot whatever I want to shoot, and it will not fight me back, and it will just eventually die. It just depends on how long it will take to die because of the weapon I have. Alright, so I'm going to play a dialogue line now, because I need to kill this enemy here. Oh, he stomped from his animation. Okay, so this is the one unfortunate thing. If you do go down from, like, an AoE thing, you can get out of your action skill, but you're still able to go back in it for free. Fortunately, I'm still not, like, too low of a level here to be, like, in any danger. But now I just gotta wait for my action skill to recharge. Let me go ahead and... Oh. We're just gonna go ahead and wait for my action skill to come up. It's about a 25-second cooldown, so it's a little bit of a penalty to lose it, but it's not too bad.
The Fate Maker's journey begins as so many do, with a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons and magic. It will end only...
Do this. Oop, accidentally took a screenshot. Save for the memories.
The ultimate defeat of all
It's really you! I missed you, me trusty.
The Fate Maker's journey begins as so many...
So I'm just gonna play more of that.
With a heart full of fire and
You got anything else to note? This will be a lot of... Nothing too crazy to note here. There's nothing new that we're doing. Just a lot of go here, wait for this map.
Yeah, all right. So a little bit more information regarding why what we're doing today. We are raising money for the Midwest Access Coalition, and it is specifically to kind of make access to safe and legal abortions. So unfortunately, with the current right now, with currently where it's under attack in the United States and in many places where we live, and because of this, we are supporting the Midwest Access Coalition this weekend to help. Some of the example is how important this work, this organization is right now. Is that in just in the states of Illinois alone, it is expected around like 30,000 people or new abortion seekers are looking because of the new overturning of Roe v. Wade in the United States. So definitely consider donating and help support it. I know myself when I first kind of heard about it, it wasn't like I thought it was just kind of for unexpected abortions, but there are so much more than just for that. There are many other reasons, whether it be medical reasons, and because of this law or it's preventing them from whether it be keeping themselves safe or other. So definitely go search out. There's always more to know. There's more than just what meets the eye, and we would love to have your support. Then definitely go check out. Type in ! Donate in chat to check out more informations about it. Thank you so much.
Oh, what am I stuck on? Best part of being a speedrunner. What am I stuck on? Alright, so normally you could take the lift, but you can, like, save a second by just doing that little bit of parkour.
Or
Alright, and then I'm going to shoot that off. Normally you wouldn't shoot that, but I'm going to shoot it because our main weapon is kind of lacking. There are a couple times I can sit and farm for a better weapon, but we'll stick with it for now. Alright, so here I'm going to wait for these balloons to turn red, and once they turn red, we should be good.
Pirate Rule 81D. The Fate Maker's journey begins as so many do.
Popper must be dropped. So shoot that one. And then shoot that one. And then it will spawn waves of enemies over here, and another wave fight.
Dragons and magic. It will end only one way, with the ultimate defeat of all evil.
Luckily enough, the where I hit them doesn't actually matter. It'll still do the same damage. So I mean, if I do go for a headshot, it'll do the same damage as the body shot. So if you see me just like aiming for the body, at least while I'm in this action skill, it will do the same damage.
with my terrible aim, I can play this game too.
Journey begins as so many do.
Oh yeah, you got the auto aim to help, and you know, you got this skill where, you know, everything can just
With the ultimate
everything dies so quickly.
of all evil.
All right, just gotta kill Cabin Boy here, and then we're good to go. Little boy's just running around. Can't catch him. All right, let's gonna check this chest. Getting some decent quality loot, but not some decent speedrun loot, unfortunately. I've seen a lot of decent drops that would be good on a playthrough, but not this kind of playthrough. Alright, so we're gonna move on to the next point, and there's another vendor here that we can actually check as well for loot. Not this chest. Why'd you have to be Skulldugger? That's the bandit version for this game. So instead of being called Bandit, it's called Skulldugger. Melee damage, it's not worth it. That's a crystal shotgun, so it's not good. 65? What's my pistol? 42. No. Crossbows are just that powerful.
You didn't even slaying the curse.
Oh, so me pirate backstory be insufficient for ye. Never mind then, you scurvy cur.
This RNG is definitely below average.
Got nothing. She always forgets to drop character voice when she's
We have something that's serviceable, but it's not great.
The Fate Maker's journey begins as so many.
So another photo bow. We're gonna wait for Polly to open this wall here. Like that.
With a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons and magic, it will end only one way, with the ultimate defeat of all evil.
Alright, and one more dialogue to skip this intro to the fight. So here we meet
And dreams of dragons
Bones' lover.
it will end only one way.
They're gay pirates.
Ultimate defeat.
Shoutouts to gay pirates.
Heck yeah.
I forgot to buy. I thought I bought ammo. I guess I forgot it. I'm gonna go grab some from the chest here. I will say this game does have a phrase coming up in a second that I never thought I would ever say in my life, but you know, thanks for that, and we'll see it in just like 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes. It'll be like a minute and a half. There you are. Oh my god, please. I'm shooting in between his legs.
Watch out, crew. That's Deckhand.
Alright,
The most
there's
powerful
Deckhand.
sailor of us all.
So now we got 3 like mini bosses that we have to fight here.
They were stripping me, lady, for parts. We can't
That's true. And then to put this in place,
the captain's
we're basically resurrecting the boat. Oh, okay, did not know that was a thing.
Begins as so many do, with a heart full of fire.
So there's Higginsworth, who's holding the flag hostage. If I can pick up the flag.
The ultimate defeat of all.
And then second mate is right here. So here we're gonna play some dialogue.
So many do, with a heart full of
That's not cool.
dreams of
I
dragons
might.
and magic.
That'll be fine. Okay, cool.
It will end only one way, with the ultimate.
Oh, the cryo's not wearing off. There we go.
The Fate Maker's
All right, one more echo, and then we're gonna perform some decromancy.
a heart full of fire.
Get it? Because we're raising the deck of a dead shit. Yeah, no, you get it. You know what I'm talking about.
With the ultimate defeat of all.
And then actually, I'm gonna wait here because the echo is still playing. I wasn't close enough to the door, but I'm waiting for Polly to open this wall here. All right, chat seemed to enjoy the gay pirates, so let's expand on that with a gay pirate skeleton sea shanty. Never thought I would say that phrase. You're actually here. I'll turn this up for you, chat. All right, one more verse.
Oh yeah. I got him with the old
Yeah, it's worth the time lost for that. The gay gay skeleton pirate sea shanty.
Begins
works
as
all
so
the
many
time.
do, with a heart full
Wayward
of fire.
souls cling to the
dreams of
scraps of
dragons
fading
and
memories.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Listen to me.
Blow me, bony boys, blow.
Defeat of all evil.
I accept all repercussions for that phrase. Oh, look, there's an X here. What a trap. Who would have saw that coming?
What? That wasn't the treasure?
Not quite. Alright, so moving on forward to the next boss. which unfortunately is the gay pirate lover of Bones, or Bones 3 Wood.
Fate Maker walks the land.
We do have to fight his lover.
Was broken. Every step reveals another lost hope. The task.
But fortunately, we have infinite from the shadows, so it's like gonna be super easy. We just gotta wait for this. We gotta wait for this dialogue to play, and then we gotta wait for this cannon to shoot and blow up in the wall.
With a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons and magic. It will end only one way. With the ultimate.
All right, good weapon for LeChance, please. Oh, yep. Okay, good weapon. I'll take it. All right, so these weapons are broken. This is it's not high damage, but it has both things I'm looking for. Technically, all three things I'm looking for. All right. This is a Torg version of the pistol that I'm using. The Torg version shoots explosive pellets, and those explosive pellets also have a chance of spawning with the crossbow, just like this black powder one, which gives increased damage for everything that you stick in your target. The other fun thing about Torg pistols is they can spawn as a dynamite variant, so instead of it being a crossbow, it's actually a dynamite crossbow, and that gives an extra 35% bonus damage per thing that you stick in a target. So that means not only is it a 6% bonus per stick, it's a 35% plus 6% bonus per thing that you stick. Or sorry, times 6%. They multiplicatively stack. So you should see this. You should see LeChance just melt here. So right here. Goodbye.
What?
Torg, yeah. Your reaction was all I needed, Alu.
I was looking at the damage, I was like, it's 11, 11, 20, and then all of a sudden it just exploded.
Yep. So that's one of the benefits of running, I'll take that. That's double damage. Alright, I guess I got a new damage pistol. It's only got 4 in the mag, though, so that's... but that's one of the benefits of running with the online version instead. If you run with no patches, completely offline, those Torg pistols don't have... they didn't get buffed, whereas online they got buffed for some reason. They were already stupidly powerful, but Gearbox buffed them further for, like, no reason. So no matter what level you are now, you can just kill any boss. So I'm going to take that gun that I just got to the end of the game, unless I find a better one, and use that, and I will most likely kill the boss. Not just as fast, but pretty fast. Torg crossbow pistols are... Oh, no! Stay away from me. Yeah, this game's not busted at all. Oh, this is a really fast-firing pistol. Ooh, buddy. I gotta be real careful. It's really gonna be easy to screw up the reload on this. I hope this pistol is selling how powerful this specific glitch combo is, because this is the exact kind of pistol that you would want for this situation. It fires fast, it does a lot of damage, and you can just really ramp up things. Where is another enemy? This is the problem. So, funnily enough, Coiled do stay aggro on the map. They're just, like, naturally always angry. Torg. So the thing to note about that Torg pistol, though, so I'll take a minute to backpedal, the Torg pistol, though, is, like, I need a couple things to spawn on it correctly for me to even have the opportunity to do that melt. So I need it to spawn as a crossbow, which is one part. I need it to spawn with the correct damage crossbow, because remember, it can spawn with damage or melee damage crossbows. So it needs to be the right version of that. And then also it needs to spawn as a dynamite version of that specific pistol. So it's not, like, super hard to get it, but it's hard to get all of those pieces to line up correctly. And then I also got a 5 mag, which means I can shoot 3. Or sorry, there's 2 other parts I was looking for. I was looking for a 2x multiplier on the pellets, so I shot 2 of them at the same time. So obviously I stack it up twice as fast. And then the other thing is I got 5 bullets in the mag, so that means I can shoot 3 times without reloading. So, like, I'm looking for a lot of parts on that gun, so it's kind of hard to get it, and the fact that I got one is super nice, but it's not like you're gonna find those that often. You do have to sort of look for them.
And dreams of dragons and magic. It will end only one way. With the
Alright,
ultimate
I got my next key item.
of all evil.
That should be the final key item that we need to complete the game. In terms of doing a side quest for it, but now we're moving on to Drowned Abyss, which is... It's kind of like a decent, I said like a lore part. That's 85 and... Hold up, 85 and 5? What's the one I have? 82 and 4. Yeah, I'll take this. Oh, wait, that has a scope. Nope, forget that. Forget that. Scopes are really hard to use. I don't know what... my inventory is just full of random stuff. I have no idea what's in it anymore.
Ooh, I just remembered. You're gonna meet one of my favorite characters.
Alright, so we're gonna play the Echolog now.
Begins as so many do.
And we're gonna get in from the shadows now, because these crabs will follow us.
Magic. It will end only one way. With the ultimate defeat.
So here, just using photo mode to extend that Echolog just a little bit longer so I don't have to replay it. And I can still wait for things to spawn. So there is actually a funny thing you can do. So the first spell that you get is always a Cryo Magic Barrage, which is just, sure, fancy words for it. It shoots small missiles, and it always is ice. I can actually freeze the water that I'm sliding in and hit myself with the cryo damage, which means I can't slide anymore. So it is something like I'm being subconsciously aware of that I'm doing.
Long ago when we shared skies, before the days of chains.
Oh, I missed the first thing. I slid right past it. I gotta go right back. Whoops. It's not that far. It's like 15-second time loss. Actually, more like 20 because I have to backtrack.
Okay, she's creeping
This one.
me out a little, and not just because she used the S word.
Yeah, she's got too many proper nouns going on. Chains, drowning, sacrifice.
What? No,
This dialogue is very meta.
I really want you to like her. You guys trusted the skeleton man just fine.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a loot? Oh, that's a loot enemy. Those are rare.
Well, with your detect intent ability, you can tell that she's a real sweetheart who's honest and trustworthy, and you love her.
Second, I thought you'd call my name.
The Fate Maker's journey begins as so many do. With a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons and magic.
But for the most part, we have just a wave fight. And this map isn't really too exciting for a few minutes as well.
The Fate Maker's journey begins
If you got anything else you want to say or anything else you want to read, go for it.
and dreams
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely pushing towards the bit war. It's probably around an hour, if not less. The bit war for Silent Hill is going to end on waiting spacing on which game we're going to play, either Silent Hill 1 or 2.
Laura's cool, okay?
Currently, Silent Hill 2 is still winning at 413, and Silent Hill 1 is behind at 232. Definitely throw in your donations for the bit war, because that's the next game that's going to come out. That's we're going to be running. Come out. But yeah.
Yeah, we got about a little less than an hour to get donations for that, so get that in if you want to work for that. We definitely will finish Underestimate with the stuff that we've gotten. Ooh, I got double damage for this fight. Cool. So,
Been better.
yeah, small thing about level up bonuses, which is true to every Borderlands game, is when you level up, you get double damage for 30 seconds.
dragons and magic.
It's one of those mechanics they put in the game to give you a feel-good moment. You get all your health and shields back, and you get a little bit of extra damage to help you just keep going at it for leveling up.
Dragons and magic.
So here, I'm gonna wait here for a second for this thing to leave the platform, because if you leave too early, you will actually hard lock your file and you can't fix it. Well, you can't fix it unless you play co-op.
The Fate Maker's journey begins as so many do, with a heart full of fire and
Okay,
dreams
can you leave?
of dragons and
Cool.
magic.
All right, now we can leave.
It will end only one way, with the ultimate defeat of all evil.
And grab some ammo while we're waiting. And we're gonna wait for this thing to show up. Take a little bit of a caffeine coffee break.
Look, I appreciate how hard you're committing to the
And I'm gonna go ahead and none of this is good. None of that is good.
It's hack writing. Even those
I'm just gonna check every loot because it's a marathon run, so I'm not really concerned about getting a new PB. See, so this is one part that's correct. It spawned with the dynamite thing, but it spawned not as a crossbow. So it didn't get 35%, it only got 25%, and it's only one pellet. So there's an example of a torque pistol that's it's fine. You could make it work, but it's not the overpowered, crazy one that I have. So learning loot is one of the things for this run, if you're doing the online route like I am.
Fire and dreams of dragons and magic. It will end only one way.
All right, and then we got a wave fight, and we got a boss fight.
Of all
So we just need to let all these enemies spawn. I missed the reload. So the one part that's really bad about this particular pistol is the 4-mag. It makes it really hard to spam swap reload without messing up the reload at all. So here I'm going to play the dialogue one more time because I can instantly skip the dialogue when it's over.
fire and dreams
And
of dragons
we can actually save Kasara and leave. Normally she dies, but she actually lives.
You didn't really need to kill her off.
Yes, I did, because you made me.
At least someone lives.
This whole story.
Or Bud Stallion.
You know, she had a troubled past. And a
Yeah, rest in peace, Bot Stallion. Yeah, she's like dead and stuff.
redemption arc, and now it's gone.
It's Furior. Ooh! Okay, I'll take that. That's another good pistol. Alright, I'm gonna wait a second here for my action skill, because the action skill will recharge during the cutscene, but I'm gonna need it the moment the fight starts. So like this, and then I'm gonna spam the action skill button and the skip cutscene button.
Okay, this is the bunker master.
Alright, so now you're gonna see the real power of this pistol.
From city. That's a big boy. That's
Goodbye.
a big boy.
It's so broken.
We're playing the game too. You can't shove a character down our throats and force us to.
So this is gonna be a funny bug that you'll see here in a second.
And what I say,
Hopefully we'll see if it happens. Okay, I actually didn't get it. Normally, there would be a second copy of the boss spawning, like, right in front here. Oh, okay, I got just enough.
One shot on both.
Oh, I should also mention I'm doing critical damage, so also everything is multiplied by 50%. So 6% crossbows, 35% dynamite, 50% critical damage.
We're all just trying to.
It all just multiplies out of control.
The Fate Maker's
You're the one who
journey
set the
begins
rules.
as
And
so
anyway,
many do.
if you hadn't said the
With a
S word,
heart
she would
full of
still be
fire.
alive.
And then what? Each shot gets shot twice?
Yeah, each shoots twice, so it stacks twice as fast.
With a heart full of
One,
fire.
two, three, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be enough. Goodbye.
It's so
Maker's journey begins with a heart full of fire and dreams.
All right, I have enough stuff to
It will
to
end
finish the
only
run.
one way.
I'll just loot stuff because it's a marathon run. So this is just how Borderlands runs go in marathons. You just get some really dumb good stuff.
I feel like I can play this game normally now, knowing what the possibilities are.
Yeah, reminder, I'm playing on current patch, So everything I'm doing is still in the game, and you can do it. And they've had multiple chances to fix this, and they haven't fixed it, so it's probably here for good. So if you two want to do this and absolutely ruin playing this game casually ever again, you're welcome. Divide that by
100.
yeah, divide that by 100, Rubicante, and you got it right.
A little bit of a habanero thing going on.
Because those are percentages, so 105% per shot.
100, yeah, each shot is doing 105%, and the 6 and 35 stack on top of themselves.
You're sticking with her in this pathetic quest, are you? Fine. I know what it's like to have your fate chosen for you.
Oh, 17, 82, 132. I can't math right now.
Are you trying to figure out the math of, like, damages?
Yes, maybe. I like my math, okay?
You do you, man. I just know that this equals big numbers, so I just do it. Alright, so here was... This is probably my least favorite map of the whole run. There's one fight in particular that's just not great, and it's the first fight. Like, it's basically the first fight that you do in this map. It's just... There's a bunch of dragons that spawn you have to kill, and they like to fly away from you, and you don't do a lot of damage because this map really loves to overlevel, or it's just overlevels. I think it expects you to be 24 here. I'm 16, and Borderlands damage scaling is very punishing when you're underleveled. We'll just say I'm in the neighborhood of doing 60% less damage here, just for free. Or just inherently, not for free. Inherently, I'm doing like 60%. It's probably a little less than that, but it's about that severe. So I've got enemies flying away from me. I'm doing less damage. I'm not doing as much damage because I'm using underleveled gear. And I'm going to be less accurate. So, like, it's just a perfect recipe to be an annoying room to do. Also, yeah, that skull just broke. We're just waiting for some animations to play before we move on.
Thank you, Prism, for the math.
Oh my god.
What can I say with
So
like seeing big numbers?
1.431x, then multiply that by 50% as well.
For the critical damage from being
Yeah,
inside of your shroud.
Yep. So this fight sucks because everything is just tanky here. And there's just they love to spawn in different places, so you're just running back and forth a lot. So one enemy spawns over there, one enemy spawns over here. There's not a lot of like fighting that you can do in the same area over and over again. And you can see I've already used like a good chunk of my ammo without even meaning to. What enemies spawn now at this guy? Play, please.
Playmaker's journey begins as so many do, with a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons and magic. It will end only one way, with the ultimate defeat of all evil.
Alright, so here I'm gonna hope that I get lucky on these dragons. Where did they go? Oh my god, really? What are they doing over here? Oh, I missed it. Alright. Alright, this pistol is actually pretty nice. This might actually not be awful. I'm burning through ammo really quickly, though. That's the problem with this, is like I'm killing them fast, but I'm still having to use a lot of ammo to do this. Okay, this is the big guy I want to kill. And I'm already out of ammo. This is the problem with this fight. There's really not much you can do about it. By this point, you would, if you were doing the offline route, you would have the, it's called the Pookie pistol. It's basically a shotgun pistol. You would have that at this point, which helps this fight in particular be a little better. But, like, I have a decent pistol. It's just ammo. And see, I've already run out of ammo again. This is the only fight that really sucks about this map, because of these dragons in particular. These dragons are just brutal. They just do not like to be near you at all. You can see he's loving to just fly away from me. Alright, let's kill this guy because he's right here. Oh, come here. There we go. No, I missed the reload. Oh my god, D is just being an absolute butt. I'm here. Where's the other one? There's one more dragon. Oh, it's over there. Okay, cool. And I'm actually going to go ahead and switch places of those in my inventory because I want to use the crossbow pistol more. Alright, and then this, I'm going to go ahead and collect some more ammo. Because unfortunately this is just where you need a lot of ammo for these, like, 3 fights. The one over there, the one with the dragons, and then the one here by the elevator. But luckily I have a crossbow pistol now, so I'm doing more damage. I'm doing the whole stacking damage thing, so I can kill things just a little bit faster than I could with that purple pistol. I chose that purple pistol specifically for dragons because bullets are hit scan, unlike the crossbow, where it has travel time, so it's going to be really hard to aim if I was going to try to shoot them with the crossbow. So this is one of the few chances I don't want to use a crossbow pistol, but I don't need one. I don't need a regular gun for the rest of the level, because there's no more dragons that I'm gonna be, like, required to fight.
Yeah, I was wondering why you weren't using the explosive crossbow.
Oh, the Torque pistol? Yeah, this one in my hand right now, this one has severe travel time, so it's super hard to hit things. The regular black powder crossbow has just enough of a travel time that it's hard to aim, but the purple one is instant because it's just a bullet, so it's hit scan.
But the guy's body is crazy full of power.
No,
You weren't
right?
even using it. You snooze, you get
A
yourself
little bit of, like, small things to think about
as the saying goes.
in terms of that, but nothing too crazy. And because I have a Torg, I have my God pistol, I'm not going to go check any more loot. I'm pretty much done checking loot for the rest of the run. I shouldn't need anything else. Oh, no. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. I was afraid of that. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. I might just die. Yep. I thought I jumped over that. That trap has a damage over time effect on it, and if you don't jump over it, you will get stabbed, and then you will bleed to death. I had that happen in my PB run. Oh, look, you get to hear the screaming kid for a few seconds. And now it's gone. There we go. Got it that time. So we gotta be careful with the next section. The things we're fighting are just regular skeleton mobs, but they're not like... Oh, please. Thank you. They're just a little tanky, but there's enough barrels around that can cause problems. So I need to be a little bit wary of where I stand. Just gonna go ahead and fill up on ammo while I have the chance. I don't think I'll have enough time to do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and just play this now.
With a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons and magic.
Like that barrel right there.
With the ultimate defeat of all evil.
I'm gonna let this timer run out a little bit while I let my action skill recharge. Like that. And then I'm gonna go hide. So I just need to waste some time here while I get my action skill back, because I can fight these things, but it's much harder. And luckily nothing spawned yet because I haven't triggered the objective. Oh, please, thank you. Alright, now we can fight things. There should be like one enemy left. Okay, there's two. Go ahead and play the Echo.
As so many do, with a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons and magic. It will end only one way.
And we're just gonna go touch these relics, and we're gonna move on.
Of all evil.
So we don't have to fight anything until we get to the boss now. So we can actually just keep moving forward. I think I saw... Was that a gun damage ring? I think that was. No, it was melee damage. The rings are bonus damage of anywhere... I think of between 4 and 6%, at least for the run. So might as well grab one if I see one.
The Fate Maker's journey begins as so many do, with a heart.
Here, and we're just letting dialogue skip all this stuff for us.
Dragons and magic. It will end only one way, with the ultimate defeat of all evil.
And it's time to use our favorite weapon next to the definitely not broken Torgue pistol.
The Fate Maker's journey.
So here, we're going to photo mode this until the relic can be placed. And then we're going to place the relic and then go back into photo mode. And then let all of this stuff happen. This is going to take a second.
Ragu, burrata, pesto.
And for people that are new, once again, we're Team Fastest Fur. We're raising money for the Midwest Access Coalition. The Midwest Access Coalition is a practical abortion fund that helps people traveling to, from, and within the Midwest United States seeking access to safe abortion. They assist with travel coordination and costs, lodging, food, medicine, childcare, and emotional support services. Their work is now more important than ever, so please consider donating today. If you're able, you can learn more on their website at www.midwestaccesscoalition.org by following their Twitter account at Midwest Access, or by typing !charity in chat.
The Fate Maker's journey begins as so many do, with a heart full of fire.
So I'm skipping dialogue here, not just because, like, there's dialogue on the elevator. We should skip it. It's actually funny, skipping dialogue there makes the elevator go faster than if you were to listen to the dialogue. Kind of weird, but this is just how it works. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up on ammo, and I might as well just check. That's a sniper. And play the dialogue.
As so many do, with a heart full.
And we're gonna wait here, because when the boss spawns, it does an AoE slam that can down us, which would take us out of the action skill. I'm going to stay a little bit far away so that way it can do that attack. And then it won't target us because we entered the boss arena without any aggro.
Fire.
So like this.
Dragons
Oh, okay.
and magic. It will end only one way, with the ultimate defeat of all evil.
Could have been better. Okay, I'm on the right mode. I did that a little too late. So, you have to... The thing about Torgue stickies is you have to do them... You can't just, like, stack an infinite amount of them. There's a timer when they stick on the enemy that you're shooting. And then you have to blow them up before that timer goes off, because once that timer goes off, then they all blow up. But I mean, I just killed a level 25 boss with a level 13 pistol, so you know, yeah. Say what you want about this.
With a heart full of fire and
This pistol is not broken at all.
You are.
Everything we're stacking is just broken. Remember what that person put in chat? 1.41
3.5 or something.
1.41 or
431.
whatever. 431 times however many things I've stuck in the enemy, and then multiply that by an additional 50%. I believe it's 50. I should believe it's 50% because it's reduced damage because I'm getting the crits for free. And I'm sticking. I can actually figure this out. I'm sticking 5 mags worth of them, and I shoot 6 bullets per mag, so 30 of them. So like the last or all of the crossbows will do, you know, 1.43 times 30, or raised to the 30th, or whatever. So, yeah, have fun with that math. That's why the damage scales out of control.
Give me a second. Let me find my TI-83.
We're getting all scientific in here. One point 1.43 raised to the 30th. Yeah, should be about that much damage. All right, now I should be able to use this spell rune.
and dreams of dragons and magic. It will end only one way, with the ultimate defeat of
Get MATLAB. Bringing me back to my college days. Alright, so we're done with the worst map in the game. We can keep moving forward.
Be legends. I'm gonna license my face on so many lunchboxes.
You can keep your merchandise. I want that Sword of Souls.
So you think you guys might stick around?
Wolfram Alpha. That's some high school stuff. Yeah, how'd you check your work? Wolfram Alpha?
Never heard of it, but I like it. There's a wolf in it.
You understand what it is, right?
That's a 1 mag. Oh, and it's melee damage.
Every ocean, every pissy little goblin, they're held together by the imagination of a tyrannical teenager. Well, if it can make entire worlds, it can unmake them.
Alright, so we're on the second to last map? Do we want to call it that? Yeah, we'll call it the second to last map. Let's grab this. So luckily enough, you don't have to listen to this whole prophecy in order to open the bridge. But like I said, this is the second to last map. The last map is just a boss arena, so this is the second to last, like, travel map that we're going to be moving around. I'm actually going to go ahead and equip some more skills here. So I just maxed out my cryo damage, and then I maxed out another skill that the closer I am to something, the more damage I do. So I will actually start getting close to things in order to kill them faster.
And that goes to correspond back to that initial question of...
Yep. We have enough skill points to get that skill.
The Fate Maker's journey begins as so many do, with a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons.
And I activate that, please. So this is where the mobbing kind of just sucks. Things are just, you know, we're so underleveled, and we have to... Things are so underleveled, or we're so underleveled, and things are just so high above us. They have so much more health than we expect. Our gun doesn't doing a lot of damage. So, like, things just take a while to kill here, unfortunately. And also, this is where the they don't aggro on us thing really starts to be a pain in the butt, because there's going to be plenty of arenas where I think I've killed everything, but there'll be something alive that I need to kill in order to progress the objective, and I need to go hunting for it. And it's going to be hiding in, like, a random corner of the arena that I'm in. This objective lies to you. It says to kill all the well wraiths, but you actually have to kill almost everything. I think you can skip one enemy as long as it's not a well wraith, and that will count. So this is another one where the game lies to you about the objective of what you're doing. Oh, there's the badass. There's always one badass at the end of every well here.
The well is cleansed, and the barrier hex on the city walls fades.
So funny enough, the area expects you to be like level 28 here, but it will still drop loot in the vending machines and from enemies at your level, so you can constantly keep grabbing new stuff as you go. So like, even though I'm not like looking for loot, I'll still check vendors for things because I can.
It will end only one way, with the ultimate defeat.
So like here, I have a second to check. That's not bad actually, but it has a scope. I don't really care that much about it. Ow, I thought he finished his dialogue. Open the door, please.
With a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons and magic.
Let's say LaTeX. LaTeX isn't for math. What? It's for writing textbooks.
Of all evil.
Now we're just throwing stuff out there. Actually, wait, I just realized I didn't equip all my hero points. So let's max out our crit damage, and might as well just decrease spell cooldown. So now we're gonna do that well fight that we just did. We're gonna do it 3 more times, because once wasn't enough. But it's literally the same thing 3 times, or 4 times.
Fate brings us together.
Yes, but it's for math textbooks.
Back together.
I haven't thought that through.
Yeah, but it's more for presentation, isn't it?
Soul wraiths lurch from the well of greed. They wanna take your gold.
I don't know, I'm just a dog.
Dogs don't do math. Alright, cool. So this is where it gets a little slow, depending on like how good the weapon is you get walking into here. And where the offline route of using the Pookie pistol is pretty nice, because you have a decent pistol the whole time that you're here. Whereas me, I'm just kind of stuck with what I have. It's not like this pistol's bad, but like definitely could have something a little more potent. Come on. And out there he is.
The greedy wraiths banished from the mortal realm. The well of greed is cleansed.
Well of Greed is closed. Now we're gonna go to the Well of Envy. Which is unfortunately on the other side of the map. And we're gonna complete that well, and then we're gonna go back to the other side of the map, and it's yeah. A lot of running around for this one. I say this map is not as annoying as Karnok's Wall, because at least everything you're fighting is like easily within reach, unlike the dragons and stuff right at the beginning where you have to spend so much ammo just to kill those dragons. Whereas these guys, I can at least run up to them and I can shoot them immediately.
If you weren't invisible to the dragon, would they be targeting and actually get close to you?
Yeah. But because I'm invisible, nothing's gonna fly towards me.
Mm.
And that's the problem. So that's why they fly, like sometimes they fly away, because they're just, we'll just call it in a state of roaming. I don't really know the actual term of it in game, but the enemies are just roaming because they're looking for you, but they don't know where you are. So they're just gonna fly around until they just find something. There's an enemy up there. Is there anything hiding up here? No. Oh, he's over there. Oh, dark magic, please. Ah, there's the badass. Always a badass at the end of these. And we kill this guy before he gets away. He will run around to the top of this roof, and then I'll have to go chase him down. It's gonna be a whole show.
The jealous wraiths banished from the mortal realm. The well of envy is cleansed. Only one soul well remains.
Grab the ammo from here so I can save the bullets at the wraith. And do this so we can activate this immediately.
With a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons and magic.
Like that, and most of the enemies will actually spawn by the door, luckily. So we don't have to do too much searching. There'll be a couple stragglers that spawn here in the arena themselves, but most of the enemies will actually spawn up here. Which is kind of nice. Where are you going? Come back. Or just die, that works too. And anything more spawning back here? There is. Yeah, unfortunately, like this map is not great. The next map's got some neat movement to it that we can try to make sure that we don't die, because there's plenty of things that can one-shot us. But I'm gonna skip this, and by having that echo play before we walk in here, we actually skip a bunch of waiting for animations. So it's actually important to have that dialogue play in there, because otherwise, if you walk in there and then try to skip the dialogue, there's a bunch of other dialogue you have to let play. Otherwise, it won't drop the anchor. And then you have to backtrack out of the room, hit a trigger, and then go back in. And then it will skip. So if you skip the dialogue, then walk in the room, it's much faster. Hey, I got the good cycle for the spikes. So no traps. We go ahead and grab ammo now, because there's a wave fight coming up here that's going to suck up a lot of ammo, so might as well grab it while I'm not in the arena. Oh, yep. Expected that. Those things always hit me.
Heroes of their own stories, but they never lived up to their namesake. They just played her game and went through
Okay, get him out.
because that's exactly what she wants.
So here, there's a funny line. You can just go right in between all of them, and you can just jump across. That's not dangerous at all.
Take these creations of mine. They exist only to do my bidding, and when they fail, I'll just...
And there's a small little thing we can do here to hope things cooperate, which is we can ignore this front half of the arena, and we can come all the way back here to these two engineer cyclopses, and we can just fight these first. And by the time we finish fighting these, the other enemies, ugh, good morning, should work their way up here, so we don't have to go running around the arena. There's a small chance we still might have to go chase some things around, but for the most part, everything should come up here, and there should be minimal chasing around that we have to do. So much. Let's see. There's you. There's you. So we're just looking for some stragglers at this point. There's something that dropped down below, so unfortunately I will have to go a little bit of a hunt. This is where the snap ADS aim helps out a little bit. Hey, there's the Cyclops. I was looking for you. I'm actually out of ammo, so I'm going to grab some more before I keep shooting. You can see the under level really is starting to catch up with us. And it's really not worth it to farm more XP. At least right now, it's not conceded. I think I saw an enemy that was hiding over here. Yeah, unfortunately. It's not really worth it to farm, at least conceptually, more XP, because the scaling gets aggressive early in terms of how far behind in levels you are. So, like, it'll be a little bit, it'll be like, you know, we'll say like 10%, 15%, 20% or something like that. But once you hit like 4 levels behind, it'll scale massively to like 30%, 50%, and then it will just keep going more and more from there. So you really sort of have to either be on level the whole time, or you have to just deal with it, because you're not gonna basically counteract the penalty you have for being underleveled.
Has anyone ever said it? Has she?
It will end only one way.
Didn't think so.
With the ultimate defeat of all evil.
I'm gonna double check that I don't have a better gun here. Nope. Alright, cool. So we got a small little wave section here. There's not a lot to kill, but we have to kill a couple enemies here, and then we can open the door to the boss. And then I'm gonna actually do a small route change that I came up with after my previous run, because... Actually, wait, hold up. I can...
Dragons and magic. It will end only one way. With the ultimate
I'm saying I can just be smart about this and just use this gun. Okay, yeah, 3 mags is good. So now I just have to kill these things. It's just these Cyclopses that are linked to the laser guard objective. Ah, I was late.
Fate Maker's journey begins as so many do, with a heart full of fire and dreams.
But basically,
It will end only one way. With the ultimate defeat of all evil.
basically what I'm going to do, or what happens is when you're in from the shadows in a cutscene, when you're doing this glitch, it'll kick you out, and
Journey begins
then you have to wait on the cooldown to reactivate it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to activate this objective, and I'm going to purposely down myself and die so I can get out of the action skill and be in a normal state going into the cutscene, so the moment that I start the fight, I can enter from the shadows, so I'm in the action skill at the start of the boss fight, so I don't have to die immediately. It's a little bit of a pain, because now I have to traverse this area without dying. It's not impossible, but I do have to be a little careful with what I do here. I'm gonna go underneath this. Oh, he's over there this time. That's cool. Let's hope that summoner doesn't hit me. Alright, we're good. I am pretty weak compared to everything else. Also, this save station sometimes doesn't work. That time it did, so cool, of course. I'm gonna look like a fool.
All the greatest legends of the Wonderlands are laid to rest.
with a heart.
Alright, so we're gonna skip this, and we're gonna mash action skills, so we get into the action skill immediately. But unfortunately, Nightmare's gonna be aggroed on our initial spot.
How could you corrupt something so good and pure? I care about nature.
Remember, this is a level 13 pistol. Oh, come on. Alright, come on, finish the job. Where'd you go? Not quite a kill. I'm gonna go ahead and dodge this attack. Can you jump down? Being really unlucky with the spawns here, or with the boss pattern I'm getting. That's gonna down me. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Oh, please don't kill me. That would be really unfortunate. I think I'm dead, actually. I might have to redo the boss. No! No, that's unfortunate. Alright. Yeah, I got unlucky with the boss pattern.
That's a shame, but it gives me time. I want to remind everyone we have a bid war for the next game, Silent Hill. Either Silent Hill 1, Hard UFO'd, or Silent Hill 2, Hard Rebirth. The incentive, the bid war is going to end when this game finishes, so get your donations in. Currently, Silent Hill 2 is winning at $413. So get your donations in before it's too late.
Oh, I didn't reload. Rip. gotta do it again. Oh, okay, dodged. Oh, I thought I dodged it that time. Why is the reload not working? Are you gonna be that way? Alright, you're gonna be up here this time. Okay, I got half. That's not bad. Dude, this is the problem, is like with torque sticky pistols and scroll shooting, I constantly lose my track of what I'm doing. Oh, cool. The stickies decided to stop rendering, so I can't see them anymore when I shoot them. It's not the worst problem, but it is slightly inconvenient when I'm trying to calculate the arc of something. Alright, it's dead. Let's check if we got anything. Might as well. Nope. Wait, I saw a pistol. Skulldugger. Nope. What the? Stop. I just lost focus. Thanks, Wonderlands. It's somehow lost focus there. Alright, so there's a neat skip here. Cutscene skip. I'm going to grab that, and then I'm going to immediately quit the menu. So it skips a cutscene. Unfortunately,
Sorry.
Go ahead.
If
Go
you can
ahead.
get Silent Hill 1 to 420, it would definitely be in the lead.
Well, come on then. If you insist on
Yeah, sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
one way for this to end.
So unfortunately, the thing does respawn the gate, at least. So I have to wait for this thing to drop down before I can actually progress forward.
Okay, so that's like
I could have skipped it with the dialogue, but I just forgot to play it early. There we go. And because we quit the menu, I have to reset up that glitch that we did a while ago. But unfortunately, it's super easy. So I can just sit here, I can look at the floor, and then just do that. And now I got the glitch back. It's literally as easy as look at the floor, throw your blade at the floor, and then travel immediately. The timing in terms of like the window you have between throwing it and traveling is small, but because it travels the moment you hit the button, it's super easy to do.
at the peak of
This. So I'll go ahead and check this for a new one.
and a big ass
Melee damage.
Everything I am because of her.
Okay, nope.
I was her. I know her joy, her fear, her
So I should have the glitch again. There we go. Infinite from the shadows, and I have my cryo damage.
but I still remember.
So this, remember, so the game is expecting us to be level 30 here.
Why would she?
We are currently level 18. We will end the run at level 19.
ancient magical technology.
So pull up the echo log again.
As so many do,
Crystal.
with a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons and
So-
magic.
Smack it.
End only one way.
Okay, once we smack it, cool.
Defeat of all evil.
As the crystal shatters, the entire pyramid.
I'm surprised that Tina decided to talk there. I should have skipped her.
But I think that means the more crystals
Oh, whatever. So this is mostly a parkour map. We have one wave fight to do towards like the 70% point of the map. That's unfortunate. Please stop. Thank you.
Every time a hero
So we got super lucky with that dark magic dot. It decided to not kill us. I'm thankful of that. But yeah, so like 60% of the map way through, we have one wave fight to do. That'll be the last wave fight that we do. And then we have one more boss after that. So break this, and then here's the RNG electric bridge. Almost jumped off a little too early. So there's little electrical pools falling from the ceiling. They have a couple spots to fall, but the spots they choose to fall are random. And if I touch one, I will die. So I have to be careful about it. Okay, that one I got lucky that I only dipped my toe in for like a second. Nope. Okay. Just trying to see if we can get a better Dragon Lord weapon.
Top of the pyramid is stronger than ever. The undead crawl across the pyramid, like weird, bony cockroaches.
Normally, if I were going for PB runs, I wouldn't be checking vendors all the time, but I would like to make the boss as easy as possible. A little bit of parkour there to skip some small stuff. Small dialogue here at the door that we're going to skip with this.
As so many do.
And break the crystal.
Fire and dreams and dragons and magic. It will end only one way, with the ultimate defeat of all evil.
This is where we start getting really meta.
The Fate Maker's journey begins as so many do,
Right?
with a heart full of fire.
Actually, the Dragon Lord
Dreams of
seems
dragons.
terrifying.
So Dragon Lord is at this point starting to be like really meta with like what's going on. He's trying to break the fourth wall and say like, "Oh, Tina's controlling me," but it's like, yeah, it's a D&D campaign, so obviously she's controlling him.
Heart full of fire.
They get really meta about it. It's kind of neat, kind of funny. So like he's like, "Oh, it's actually like an air conditioning unit or something like that," but then Tina's like, "Ah, it's actually the very vital important to Dragon Lord's plan, and you're destroying it." As like a fun little story bit. The only thing that can slow this fight down is getting these guys! Ah, of course you had to show up. So these guys are just... They're just tanks. They're just bullet sponges. There's nothing you can do about them. Except for use the torque pistol just to kill them a little bit faster. You'll also be noting, you probably noticed a while ago, the theme of only using pistols, because pistols are like the only viable gun in this game. They just have not buffed any other guns to be viable at all. SMGs and shotguns. SMGs are pretty good as well, but for the most part, like, this game is nothing but pistols. Everything else is just significantly weaker by comparison.
As so many do, with a heart full of fire.
And it's
Alright.
not just because of the glitches.
Magic.
No, in general, the game. Early game, like, levels 1 through 6, there are a couple shotguns I could pick up that would be useful. But from levels, like, after I finished farming Zomboss, if I wanted to use a shotgun, I would need one that does obscenely high damage in order for it to be useful. Which is, those are just hard to find, whereas this is just a basic, like, green rarity pistol that I'm using. And it's doing significant work. Alright, so on to the final boss, which is right here. So we travel maps, so unfortunately we're going to be out of the action skill, so we need to wait for that to come back. So we're going to take the moment while we have to see if we can find a better gun. We did not. So go ahead and just sell everything that we have. We're just wasting time here. Not really much we can do here. We're waiting for our action skill to come off cooldown, and once it comes off 5 seconds like that, I'm going to go up the elevator. And I'm going to do this because I'm really bad at managing it with the leading of shots. I'm going to switch my gun back to click to fire. But once this cutscene's over, I'm going to go back into this. I'm going to let him teleport, and then I'm going to blow them up. I can get behind him, like this, and he can't hit me with his attacks. Yeah, this pistol's a little weak, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, still, this is not bad, but definitely could have a better one of these pistols, but it's still doing enough damage that I can kill the boss in a reasonable manner. Cool. Alright, let's grab some ammo while we're waiting. This is where Dragon Lord is going to be a little bit of a butt with his movement patterns. Oh, I forgot to switch the mode back to sticky. And let's go ahead and do that. So Dragon Lord's gonna be a little weird right now because he's trying to find me. Like, he knows I'm here, but he doesn't know what to do, so he's gonna do a bunch of weird stuff. So he's gonna do that, where, like, he sees the projectiles coming at him, so he's gonna dodge. But then he doesn't know where I am. I'm wasting just a little bit too much time here with the sticky shots. Yeah. He's being an absolute butt. Why are those blowing up so fast? I'm gonna reset those. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know why they're not doing that much damage. And they're blowing up on a... Like, the timer for these things is blowing up way earlier than I expect them to. Come here, Dragon Lord. And put it in my pocket and reset it. There you go. That was a decent chunk. A bunch of those missed. Yeah, I'm not sure why these are blowing up like that. Like, the timer for these feels weird. I just need to get him to red health, and then I can move him to the next phase. Like that. Yeah, we'll still be underestimate. It'll be a little annoying, but we'll still be underestimate. So now this is going to be a weird dance of, like, boss healths, where Dragon Lord's going to be... He's going to be on every 25%, he's going to switch to Bernadette here in the sky, which then I need to fight Bernadette until I take out a third of her health. Like that. And then I switch back to Dragon Lord to then take out 25% of his health again. Yeah, like that. What? I don't know what happened there. I need to do some testing on this to figure out what's happening here. Dude, alright, fine. I'll just do this. Just cycle, please. Thank you. Fortunately, Bernadette doesn't move when you're in this glitch, so it makes it, like, super easy. Okay, so there's that cycle. Come here, Dragon Lord. I'm specifically also not using my spell here because he will aggro on where I throw my spell. Like, where I throw it from, which can also down me. So, you gotta be very careful not to use that. This is the spot where we kill Bernadette. And I know I'm the one calling time here, or I'm the one hitting time, but time will be on when Dragon Lord's health goes to 0. Alright, we're gonna reset all of those. And cool, that's time. Where's the thing? Hit the button. Done. 224. Okay, cool. Yep, that is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. This game is mega busted. Unfortunately, I will skip this song. This song is sick. I will play those 5 seconds of it. I recommend you looking this up on YouTube. It's called Critical Hit by No More Kings, I think. I'm not gonna play it because it's DMCA stuff, but I do recommend you listening to it. Unfortunately, timing for this run ends on Dragon Lord because you do have technically one more quest to, like, turn in for the main quest to finish, but it's just kind of a bunch of nonsense that no one really cared about, so we just decided to just end it on the Dragon Lord kill. So, even though we're not technically done with the game, we've killed the final boss, so whatever. But that's all I have in terms of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Nothing interesting to show off, but we're going to keep the marathon moving here. We got the next run coming up in a second, so stick around and we'll see you in a quick moment.